Hi, my name is Miriam and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this delicious bowl of quinoa. Before we get to cooking, make sure we wash our hands with soap for about 20 seconds and then rinse with water. And make sure to dry your hands to avoid any spreading of bacteria or germs. Quinoa is a very healthy grain to add to your eating plan, and it can bring a lot of variety to your dinners as an alternative to rice or any other grain dishes. Here I'm pouring a half cup of dry quinoa into a clean bowl. I have my half cup of dry quinoa, half cup of washed peas, and 3 teaspoons of oil. In my dry bowl of quinoa, I'm going to be pouring a cup of water, and we do this to remove any outer coating from the quinoa. Now I'm going to set this aside for about 10 minutes and wait until the dry quinoa gets soaked in water and remove any outer coatings from the quinoa. While the quinoa is set aside, we can cut our green onions. I'm going to be using a knife to cut these 3 bunches of green onions. One common mistake is having your fingers laid flat while chopping. You actually want to form a claw inwards while chopping, just like how I am. Now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water into a saucepan and set it to boil on medium heat, and then cover it with a lid. While the water is boiling, we can drain our quinoa that we set to soak in water with a drainer. After about 10 minutes of boiling the water, we can add the quinoa seeds into the saucepan and then cover it with a lid and let it cook for about 13 to 15 minutes. While the quinoa is cooking, add the 3 teaspoons of oil into a frying pan and fry the washed and chopped green onions as well as the washed peas. Place the fried green onions and the peas into a separate bowl. We can see that now the quinoa is ready to be placed in a bowl to eat. Add the quinoa into a clean bowl and then add your fried and green onions as well as the peas on top. You can also add salt and pepper on top for taste. The quinoa is ready to eat. Similar to any other dry grains, quinoa should be stored in an airtight container in a cool, dark place to prevent moisture and insects from getting into it. Once it's cooked, it will stay fresh in the refrigerator for 5 to 7 days. You can also batch cook it, store it in a refrigerator in a serving size portions. Quinoa is one of the easiest grains you can refrigerate or freeze and reheat at will. The quickest way to reheat quinoa is using a microwave, but the oven and stovetop are equally useful in their own ways.